So we had, yeah, I was mentioning that these two trees and this one, it sort of seemed like this a little too offset. Not that that's a problem as long as you balance it elsewhere in the painting. And I did run these trunks, to the top of the painting. Toned down the dark spot here, added a little bit of light on the bottom to give it a little more strength. And the biggest problem with these trees was this. The foliage ran down in a very dark, strong line. I've cut through it and broken it a little bit. So this more belongs to this more belongs to this now. Also added a little more light just on the top of that foliage. The green on the bottom, I think I'm going to leave it. I might put the odd dab of yellow ochre in, or yellow ochre and raw umber, something really dumbed down. I don't think so. I think it's okay. But now we're sort of towards the end here, and I'd like to put in, maybe a few shots of practically straight color. Using some Cad Orange Pale right now. And I thought, what if we put in a few dabs, add just a bit of white to it. What if we put in a few dabs of that here and there, just to up the sparkle of some of this orange. I don't want to go too close to the edge with too large of strokes, but I think there's no harm in putting a few, let's just call them the odd leaf, picking up some light here, knocking the chroma up a little in the odd spot. Come down. Let's see. Maybe there still a little bit. Maybe there. Maybe a spot there. I don't want it too centered, but I also don't, I kind of like the look of this as well. This is still pretty high value on this trunk. I don't mind, the painting can certainly withstand having some sparkles in various areas. As long as I don't get too carried away. Some may be good, doesn't mean more is better. I think this is a little too high a value right there. I don't even know how much of this is being picked up on the camera, but I can certainly see my adjustments as I wander through the painting itself here. I'm going to take this Cad Red medium that I have. Add a little bit of cat orange. Cat orange light, and I'm just going to make it just a hint richer. You know, a few flecks here and there. Never hurt anybody. Yeah, I like that. And down here I've dumbed things down a bit. Let me just take a bit of yellow ochre, add a hint of white to it. And it's not even that the value is very high, it's really more that repeating a little bit of the flavor of these little dabs here and there. Oh, that might be a little bit high value. You know, this is kind of what I refer to. You've certainly heard me talk about it before, step 7, or step 6 rather. Just, even if it's a 10-step painting, I still call it step 6. Okay, I'm fearing overdoing it. I really don't want to overdo it. I've left a lot of spots of the washing showing throughout the painting. And that's just fine. Because they do have a washing on them, you know, they're structurally, that's just fine, not a problem. Okay. I know there are plenty of people who will simply go over a white canvas that only has acrylic gesso and then leave some of that showing in various areas. I'm not comfortable with it, but then I am the son of an art restorer as well, and when he was trained and what he did through his entire life and career of restoration, he was very conscious of those things. Now mind you, the work that he restored was almost always done on linen, you know, Belgian linen and really high quality stuff. So you didn't mess around with that stuff. Well, a lot of very high value museum type pieces. So I may be getting a little carried away with my attitude, but that's how I roll. Okay, let me just move the camera here a moment. Clickety click, bop, bump, boop. All right. Rustic editing. Okay, I did close-ups earlier today, so I won't do too much of that. I won't do any of that. I'll just give you a square-on shot. This is another one that's going to come upstairs and live with me for a while. It needs a signature and quite possibly nothing else. Thanks for watching, guys. See you.